So question for you real quickly. How many showings should a seller be getting this time of year to not necessarily be worried? How many would one of your sellers have to be getting to not be worried?
So I'm going to give you my politically correct broker answer, and that is equal to or more than the average market is getting.
So it is specific. So if you're in an area where your average listing is getting 4 showings a month,
right,
then you need to be at 5 or more,
yeah,
or at least 4.
At least 4.
At least 4.
Yeah.
And that is true, because if I had a house listed in Fayetteville, the number of showings required to sell the house might be very different than a house listed in Lawrenceville or in Carrollton or Douglasville or something like that. And so I would say that you need to work with an agent who understands what the average number of showings are on the listings in the area so that they can determine whether or not you're ahead or behind.
Absolutely.
If nobody knows what that number is, if you're not getting 1 showing a week, you need to be figuring out what's going on. Would you agree with that, Tammy?
I would agree with that, yeah.
This time of year. If it was May, 2 showings a week, right?
Well, yeah, if we're talking about an average list price, because there are some,
Yes, not a $4 million listing when the average,
yes,
when the average sales price is $500,000. That's exactly right.
Right.
That's exactly right. So that leads into a seller. They didn't ask a question. They didn't leave their name. They said, there doesn't seem to be any really motivated buyers touring my home. I'm assuming that the seller's home is listed right now currently, and I'm assuming that the seller is saying, hey, over the last few weeks, I have not gotten any motivated buyers touring my home. As a real estate broker and a team leader, your comment on that?
Well, they're motivated to buy a home. They ain't motivated to buy your home.
And that's some sticky, gooey truth.
That is.
That's some sticky, gooey truth. If you're getting showings at all, whoever submitted this comment, if you're getting showings at all, Tammy and I both can assure you, because it's this time of year, because we are early December, they are not out joyriding. They're not out kicking tires for the most part. Now, and there could be some exceptions to that, and so I shouldn't make a big blanket statement to say they're not tire kickers. They could be tire kickers, but it's more rare for them to be tire kickers this time of year than it would be for them to be tire kickers in June. Would you agree with that?
I would, and I would say with the changes in the industry, there would be less tire kickers even in June, and especially this year, because now they all have to sign a buyer rep agreement.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. So in this particular case, these people have had to sign something with their agent agreeing to compensate them if the seller does not compensate them. And so they've got something at risk here.
Yeah.
So they are obligated to something, and that makes really, really good sense. Okay, so for this person, I got buyers coming through my home. They're not motivated. I'm going to translate that into, I'm not offering what the buyers desire. Mm-hmm. So what are the things, and you mentioned it in a prior segment, I don't remember what you said, what are the things they need to think about changing?
When you're getting a lot of showings and you're not getting offers, it means the buyer likes what they see online. So they like the photos.
Yep.
They liked the price.
Yep.
They didn't enjoy the experience.
Once they were there.
Right. So it's either the smell.
Yep.
It's the carpet.
Okay.
It's the flow of the floor plan, which you really can't change.
Yep.
It could be something specific that you weren't showing. It's not like we're talking about paint your cabinets. They saw your cabinets before they went into that house. It's something to do with the experience
that the buyer had.
So either you change the price to match the experience.
So could we say there's 4 things that you could possibly change? The first one is just kind of a jokey thing, the location. And when I say changing the location, you could plant some shrubs or trees between you and the neighbor. You could do some things to try to make it a little bit different. The next one is condition, and you were just all over that condition piece. Condition can be, this smells like a yucky toilet, or, oh my gosh, what did they cook last night, or whatever. It doesn't take much to turn a buyer off, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Then the third thing which you were getting into was pricing, because sometimes you can't change the condition, so you have to change the price to match the condition instead of the condition to match the price.
Yes.
And then the last thing is marketing. And I know for sure that if you are listing and selling a home in North Dallas, that your marketing will be different. It will be better. It will be better suited for the home and the home sellers. And so sometimes you got to check on the marketing that your agent is doing because they're not showing your house in a positive light.